What is up, everyone, and welcome to the Random Encounter Podcast, episode 96. I'm your host, James, and I'm joined by Bryant.
Hello.
What is your shirt? I've been trying to figure that out.
Is that Shadow Colossus? Almost kind of
It is Shadow the Colossus.
Oh, it is. Oh, I did not even know that. Because isn't that like a castle? Is that a castle?
Yeah,
That's
like
the
a
castle
castle.
that's in the beginning. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you see like the bridge thing and all that.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. And we're joined by Phaneckswhy.
What's up?
We have not a lot of stuff to talk about today because there wasn't a lot of news this week, but we are going to give you our hot takes of the industry. As you can see, the thumbnail just put some funny things that I thought would be there and catch people's eyes. Some of these hot takes are true, some of them are not, so we'll see what we get at when we discuss our hot takes. But before we get into that, I would like to thank everyone for subscribing because we have hit 1,000 subscribers. Last podcast, at the end, we hit 1,000 subscribers. We are currently sitting at 1,031. I forgot to update the banner like I always do. But we are currently sitting at 1,031 subscribers. I appreciate everybody who has subscribed, who has shared the channel, has always tuned in for the podcast, watched the podcast, our live streaming, the videos, all that good stuff. Really appreciate it. Really, thank you very much for all of this. And here's to many more episodes of the podcast and the future growth of the podcast and the channel overall. So once again, thank you. New goal, hopefully 2,000 by the end of the year. You think that's doable? Maybe not. We'll see. But hey, if we can do 2,000 by the end of the year, it'd be pretty awesome. But let's go ahead and dive into our hot takes. Like I said, there's no bit of news out there at all. Like I literally was looking for any bit of small news to kind of talk about, just to kind of lean in on the introductory, and I couldn't find anything. Like nothing else worth talking about because like everything, I don't know. Nowadays it just seems like everything's just drama related on something, and I'm just like, yeah, we don't talk about drama, in the podcast. I don't like talking about the drama at least. If anything, if we're talking about something, it's about companies failing at life. That's pretty much what we talk about.
What about the Elden Ring DLC? How like it was too hard, and then didn't they like fix it to make it a little bit easier?
I don't think they did they?
I thought they
nerfed it.
They nerfed
They
it.
did?
I was pretty sure that they nerfed it.
Yeah, man. Like, I did not see that. I did not know that. And I think that's kind of dumb. Like, I know there was drama resolving that. Like, Alana Pierce, I believe she said that like there should be a pause button, and everybody was hating on that. I'm like, I mean, I personally don't care because I'm the type of person that I believe like if you're creating something, create what you want to create. Like, I'm not gonna stop you. I don't care what it is. You have the freedom to create whatever you want. If you don't want a pause button, don't put a pause button. Like, if it hinders my experience of trying to play it, that's on me. That's not on you. Like, you made the game you wanted to make, and if I can't play it because of my lifestyle or whatever, then that's it. Like Monster Hunter World, perfect example. My youngest son was born. I had to stop playing Monster Hunter World because there wasn't a pause button as well. Like, if you go ahead and play that game, there is no pause button. The monster just keeps roaming. Like, there's a menu, but the game doesn't stop because it's always like online, it's always continuously going. So, and that didn't bother me. Dark Souls, I want to say I was playing Dark Souls 3, I think also.
All the From games. Yeah. All the From games are like that.
Mm-hmm. And it's never bothered me. Like, for me, having kids, like, if something's happening and I have to put down the controller, then that's on me. Like, if I die, how many times have I stopped playing Rocket League and missed goals or let people get shot on goals because I had to put down my controller in Rocket League? Like, that's just life.
Like the thing that she was like the thing that got a lot of heat was because she called it like
A
it
disability.
was just a something disability. It was like
Yeah.
there was a term behind disability, and like people were
Yeah.
like, my children aren't a disability, and it's like,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I understand what she was saying. She was saying that the inability to pause a game, it can it affects, like it or not, it affects you playing the game, and that's all she was saying.
Yeah.
The fact that people are getting so up in arms over something like that, like I just think people really should find better things to have
Like
fights about. Like it's just go outside and
it's
breathe some air, dude. Like
yeah.
come on.
That's
Go
one
touch
thing. Like,
grass.
what was that?
It's like go touch grass.
Yeah.
Right, go
You
touch
know,
grass. Yep.
it's that thing that we've said multiple times. Like, I've always been the type of person. It's like sometimes you might not agree with something, but in my opinion, I'm thinking like, do you really have to say, "Hey, I don't agree with you"? Like, not really. Like,
And
there's a lot of
they just
takes
like
I
rip
don't
her to
agree with.
shreds.
Yeah, and
Like they
I'm
just rip
like,
her apart. It's like why?
to me, I'm the type that like, again, I don't care about the pause button thing, but I also
Right.
understand, and it's like
Sure.
I see both sides, and I get it. Like in the long run, I don't care. Um, but yeah, like it's like who cares? Like, understand what they're trying to say. They might use the wrong verbiage, but it's the English language. Nothing can really seem like absolute in the English language because people say things a certain way and it can mean something totally different. You might not get it, you might not understand it, but that's just the way it is. And I'm the type of person that, like, if you don't like it, don't like it. And maybe keep your mouth shut, let people experience, express their feelings. And, you can say you disagree or whatever. That's fine. Just don't do that. Like, don't go over, how can I put it? Beyond, over and beyond just to state, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Like, without being mean.
Don't be a
Don't.
dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, I guess, for lack of better words, exactly. Like, it's just so stupid. Talk
Don't
about
be
hot
the
takes,
a
right?
hole.
This was a good, this
You
was a
know,
good introduction to our hot takes. So
No,
that's literally a hot
this is
take.
too serious. Like this is just like BS internet stuff. Like the stuff we're gonna get into is
Mhm.
like fun, like passionate,
Yeah,
like that stuff. It's fun to talk about this kind of stuff, but when
yeah.
you're talking about like this like political
Bullying,
stuff, it's just whatever.
like bullying. Yeah, it's just like, come on, guys. Like, like they say, why can't we be friends? I'm not gonna sing those words because copyright, probably. You know how
Right.
that goes.
Mhm.
It's like, just get along. Get along. We all have the same hobbies. But yeah, let's talk about something more serious. Like I said, we're saying hot takes, so I'm gonna be laughing at the comment section here because probably a lot of people are gonna be angry, just like we were talking about with that. They're not gonna agree, and that's fine. That's fine. You guys could have wrong opinions. That's perfectly fine, right? uh, but yeah, I'll start it off so I can get Bryant hyped up here. Let me go with
Oh
my
boy,
hot take. Oh yes,
my
yes, yes.
my blood pressure is going up.
Let's start with Final Fantasy 16. I feel like that's not a hot take because I feel like that's already been like, it's kind of I feel like that's been like a common thing online, no? Or is it half and half, you think, when it comes to 16?
I would say Final Fantasy 16 hate. I would say that when it first came out, it was really popular, and now it's kind of gotten lumped into like I wouldn't say it's quite as disliked as 13 is, but
Yeah.
it's not as popular as when it first came out. And
Yeah.
what are you gonna say, James? Let's hear it.
I was just gonna say that I don't think it's a great, like, I think it's a mid game, right? Like, it's not a 10 out of 10 or 9. I would put it 7, maybe even 6, depending. Um, but it's one of those of
If
like
it,
I tried to finish it and I couldn't finish it. I finished 13, and I think 13, 13's okay, but like I even at the time I thought 13 wasn't the best, but I was able to finish 13. Where 16, like I try to go back into. I'm just like, it's not that, and I don't agree with the takes that like it's not a Final Fantasy game. It is a Final Fantasy game. I don't know who can say what is a Final Fantasy game because I think
Square
exactly
Enix.
is a Final. Yeah, I mean Square Enix. I guess yeah, they're the ones that could determine if something's Final Fantasy. But like to me, it's not even the whole Final Fantasy aspect. It's not the action RPG aspects, or rather the lack of RPG aspect or anything like that. I just think it's just the pacing. Like I'm not a fan of the story pacing, and it just bothers me a lot. So I know Fan hasn't
Let
played.
me.
You haven't played 16 yet, have you?
I only played the demo.
Hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, the
I
demo
couldn't get
gets you
into
hyped
it.
up.
It does a little bit, but then I was like, does it get me hype enough to where I want to buy it? It didn't. I might buy it when it goes on sale. I'm sorry.
God, see, this is where I wish Ash were here because he and I would be jumping on this because I know he holds it in high esteem. So let me ask you this:
Hmm.
if it wasn't Final Fantasy 16, let's say it was Final Fantasy 3 or something like that, would you hold it a little higher degree? Like, let's just say it was like a new IP action RPG game or like an action game. Would you hold it higher just strictly based on the production values, the music, all that stuff?
Nah, I
No.
wouldn't.
Okay.
It's mainly like the filler. I think I'm probably I'm gonna sound like an old man. I feel like I'm at the age where I don't want filler content in my games. I just want to go. If you don't have nothing better to put in the game, just give me straight up story. Like I'd rather play a 10-hour game that's full of action packed, just straight, bang after bang after bang, versus a 30-hour game that's like, here, let's take a break. Go ahead and, bring flowers to, the peddler, or go ahead and do this and come back and stuff like that. Like, I would prefer, just a straight up, thing like that, if that makes
Like
sense.
Mario 64, you don't have to collect all 100 and like
Stars.
20
Yeah.
whatever stars. You
You
just
can,
need to do the 90 to beat the game.
yeah. I would prefer like that. Like, remake, I have the same
Actually,
issue with Rebirth,
70,
I
I
mean.
think, isn't it?
Stars?
I think it's 70 stars to beat the game. Let me
Well,
double check. I don't think it's 90,
I don't
is it?
remember.
Is it that high?
However, it's however many stars you want it to be. But like Rebirth is very similar in that, and instead like I think Rebirth has even more, which Rebirth is on the thumbnail, and I purposely put that there because that is my feeling towards Rebirth. Like people are saying
No,
it's
you're
game
right.
of the
It's
year
70.
and stuff
It is
like
70.
that,
Okay.
and to me Rebirth is not game of the year. I'm sorry, like.
No.
I would not call it game of the year. I would even argue that the music still isn't even the best. Like it has great music, but I don't think it has the best soundtrack so far.
See,
Uh mhm.
this is what drives me crazy about your take about 16 is that 7 has such a worse filler problem than 16 does. Like in 16, okay, I'll give you this. There are a couple of missions that are fluffy. Okay, I give
Mhm.
you that. That's fine. But it doesn't have the Costa del Sol sabbatical where you go to this place, you have to drive a bunch of segways to carpets, and then you have to spend like 5 hours in Costa del Sol
Yeah.
playing like ship blowing up mini games and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Like 16 has a okay, you have to go to this area and beat these monsters, like
Yeah.
just typical RPG questing stuff. But like if you're just going story quest to story quest, like those are few and far between. They usually do stick pretty close to story beat to story beat to story beat.
Yeah.
It's a lot closer to like I don't know. I would say I haven't played enough Final Fantasy 14 to really say if it's more like that. But I'll put it to you this way: I could not wait to get to the next part of 16. And when I had those little pieces, I didn't mind them because it reminded me of like more of like world building stuff. But
Yeah.
every single time I got a stupid mission in 7 Rebirth where even if it's not side, like just like the main story stuff, like as soon as you leave Junon and you are on the boat and you do the Queen's Blood tournament and then
Yeah.
you get to Costa del Sol, like that is just and then like you leave Costa del Sol and like you go in that area where like all the like zip lines are and you like
Yeah.
that's just where it's just the wheels kind of fall off for me. And so I really I don't know, maybe it's just the gameplay or something like that to just I think it might be the gameplay more so or like this the combat because I'll give you this like I went back and played 16 a little bit ago because eventually I want to get good enough again to go back and play the DLC because I platinumed it like I beat it on Final Fantasy mode. Like, that's when I was like really good at the game obviously because I spent like 100 whatever hours on it. But now when I go back to it I suck. And so I wanted to beat those DLC on hard mode because you get like all the trophies or whatever. And I tried doing it and I got my butt handed to me.
Yeah.
And so like I'll give you this. Going back to 16 after playing 7 Rebirth, like the combat system is not as in depth as 7 Rebirth is. Like I
Yeah.
give you that. But I think that if you look at 16 just as it is, like I would say it's like a light Devil May Cry kind of combat system, and it looks really nice, and it can be really satisfying with the parrying and like the dashing and stuff like that. If you just kind of take it as what it is, I don't know. I really think it is something special when you put all of the elements together.
Yeah. I mean, I see where you're coming out with that, and my thing is like, so you brought up Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry, what keeps you engaged is because there's nonstop like combat. Like you run a little bit, it's combat. Where I feel like 16 combat, like you said, light Devil May Cry, it's very like simple. Like you either got
It
super
is.
spongy, like enemies where it's just like
Mhm.
hit them until the stagger gauge comes in, and then you can go ahead and do your moves and do massive damage, or the enemies are just too weak that you beat them super quick. Where Devil May Cry, it's definitely more. I don't want to say strategic. I feel like strategic. Yeah, strategic
It's more
is a bad
involved. It's
word,
more
but yeah, it's
involved
more
for
involved.
sure.
There's a lot more
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and that's my thing. Like Rebirth kind of put that, like, even though it has the same stagger thing, especially with bosses, it's like, all right, you're just literally fighting the stagger gauge to do damage. It's just the combat is just better overall, and I think that's what drove me in Rebirth. Like I actually had fun with the combat. I love being able to kind of think. You have to be on the, you have to be on your A game, right? You're dodging, do all these things, checking your I forgot what they call it. What do you call the team attack things? Completely forgot what they're called now.
Synergy.
Yeah, your synergy abilities and stuff like that. You're bouncing when to use those, and when to use your ATB and what abilities. Like there's a lot more involved. Where like Rebirth was just like, okay, yeah, do this. Oh, there, you halfway staggered them. Use your Garuda Claw, bring them down. And
Did you
do
mean
all these
meant
things.
16? You just said Rebirth. I think you
Oh,
meant
did I?
16.
Sorry, I meant
Yeah.
16. Yeah, like 16, you had to do all that stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. Like
I'm a simple
that's my
man,
thing.
James. Sometimes that's okay.
Hey, I don't mind simple. I don't mind simple. But like I said, I think what really got me is just like, is that like the music is great. Like Soken is an amazing composer. I love his music, regardless of what he did. I mean, he did Mario, was it 3-on-3 Hoops on DS? He did the music for that too.
Really? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yep, he did do that, and that's amazing music there. And it's like I like his music. All his Final Fantasy 14 music is great. He does great work. So it definitely not a Soken issue. It's just the pacing of the game, in my opinion. The combat, like, if to me, it's kind of like 15. How 15 didn't do the combat right. It made it too easy, too uninvolved, and it was just kind of like, no, like, I don't know,
I didn't
like,
like 15's combat at all.
yeah, me neither. Like, especially with I have a video on versus 13. Like when you look at what versus 13 was supposed to be with the combat, and then you compare it to 15, you're like, wow, this is like way backwards. Especially if you played games like Kingdom Hearts, they have fun combat, right? It's just backwards overall. But that is my take on 16. Not a fan. And Rebirth is the same. Like Rebirth, like I said, my hot take on that is it's definitely not game of the year. I don't think
No,
there's anything anybody can do to convince me that it's game of the year. Um,
I agree with you. You and
it's
me are on hot take wavelengths
yeah,
there.
yeah. It's just not. I feel like Shulk. I feel like Shulk in Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Not feeling it.
Yep, I feel exactly like Shulk. So, that's my take on that, and it's the same thing. Like I agree, there's a lot of filler content there, and while somebody was telling me that some of that content is in the original game, I don't remember, and I feel like part of it's like maybe I need to go back to it. Um,
This also
but
isn't 1997 anymore. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, well, to me too, like 7 also isn't my favorite Final Fantasy. Like I love the cast. Don't get me wrong. Like I think they have some of the best characters out there in terms of like
Is it even your
identity and everything
favorite?
like that. Hmm?
Is it even your favorite on PS1?
Like in a top 10 or my favorite PS1 Final Fantasy.
Yeah, is it even like as you said, like seven's not even your favorite Final Fantasy? So I'm asking, is it even your favorite PS1 Final Fantasy?
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think he
Mine's
likes
definitely
9
9.
better.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Or
I
Yeah,
feel like 9 is like 9 is just, oh man, like 7 has a great intro, has a great world. Like I really love the world
better
they're doing about
villain.
7. Yes, Sephiroth is cool. I don't know. I like shoot, what's his name now? Uh
Is it Kuja?
yes, Kuja. I was about to say Kefka. I was like, no, it's not Kefka. I knew it started
No,
with a
Kefka's
K. Yeah.
six.
Like I love like Kuja. I thought he was great, and just everything about it, like this the whole thing, like Zidane's story on. I won't go into spoilers or anything like that, but like there's that whole part where he finds his like who he really is and stuff like that, and I was like, oh man, like so many great story beats. The party dynamic too is pretty great because it's almost like random people going together. It starts off with a mistake and then it goes to like saving the world type of deal. And yeah, it might be cliche and stuff like that, especially by today's standards. Like it's been done, but it's great. Like the cast, you really do love. Um, So I'll say that. But I think 9 would definitely be my favorite Final Fantasy on PS1, with 7 being second. Like I don't think 8. Yeah, like yeah, 7 being second for sure. Or if we include Tactics, then I think Tactics would be number 1 actually. If we include
Oh,
Tactics,
interesting.
yeah, Tactics
Okay.
is just a great story. Like I'm sorry, like nothing beats that. Like especially at that ending. That ending to me was like, what just happened? Like what did I
I still gotta play
just
that. I still gotta
you
play
gotta
that.
play. It is a great
Yeah.
ending. I love that ending. Oh man, like such a good ending for Tactics. Fan,
Um,
what are your? I want to
and
hear
yeah.
just in case. Fan, what are your hot? Do you have any hot takes? I know you said you didn't have many. Is there anything you
Or
can think of?
as something you feel really strongly about, even if it's maybe something that is not
Yeah.
something that a lot of people disagree with. Like, do you have like an opinion that's like really you feel strong about?
Yeah, I mean, hot takes could be
Skyrim's
positive or
overrated.
negative. What is?
Skyrim's overrated.
All right, perfect. That's a hot take.
You know,
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
I agree. 100% agree. Why is Skyrim overrated?
I just honestly I don't get the whole appeal. Like if
agree.
you have to put mods in the game to make it playable, what's the point?
That's true. Everybody says, "Oh, you haven't played with mods." Like every time I hear I couldn't get into Skyrim, you gotta play with mods. I'm like, but I don't want to do that. Like I just want to play the
Sometimes I
game.
want the true vision of what the developer had.
Hmm.
I don't want to. I don't
If
want to
there was
mess
a
with that. And
vision.
I right. I just remember when that game came out. It came out 11/11/11,
Hmm.
November 11th, 2011, and it was just like so popular. It's kind of like how
Yeah.
I feel about Elden Ring now. That actually should be another hot take of mine, but like how everybody and their mother was playing Elden Ring, like that, or Skyrim, like it was the
Yeah.
biggest thing. Like even people that weren't gamers were playing Skyrim,
Yeah.
and I played it, and like I'm like, what am I missing? Like everybody's playing this. What am I missing about this? And so I'm glad to hear, fan, that you are kind of in that same camp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just I don't get it.
Yeah.
I try to get it into it, but I'm like I can't get into it.
Where are you on that, James?
I agree.
You agree?
Skyrim.
Oh, we have
Yeah.
3 hot takes here.
I've said it plenty of times. Like I am not a fan of Skyrim. I'm not a fan of many Western RPGs. Like the majority of them. To
Fallout.
me, yeah, Fallout. I will never play Baldur's Gate because I'm just not a fan of Western RPGs. Every
Another
Western
hot take.
RPG I've never,
Well,
I
no,
just
that's
can't get into.
you're just not a fan of Dungeons and Dragons
That's not true.
because that's pretty much that's
I like Dark and
Baldur's Gate is
Darker.
pretty much Dungeons and Dragons.
I like Dark and Darker. That's also
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons. So like, you know,
Is Dark and Darker Western? What country made that?
well, I mean, technically it's Korean made.
Oh, it's Korean. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
but it's played like a Western game, I guess. You know, it's kind of, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you would call that. Doesn't matter. It's Dungeons and Dragons, and that's Western. So, like, that's the point. No, but it's like, I just can't, like, BioWare games I've been able to get into. Like, Dragon Age I got into for whatever reason. I don't know why. I just got into Dragon Age. But, like, I think Skyrim is just, man, while everybody was talking about how great Skyrim was, like, my Skyrim in that generation was Dragon's Dogma. And everybody would say Skyrim's great. I was like, you just haven't played Dragon's Dogma. That was always my take. Like every time they said about Skyrim, I was like, you just haven't played Dragon's Dogma. Way better combat, story. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know the Skyrim story, so I can't really tell you. I just know there's dragons there.
There's
The
some dragons there, yeah.
the music in Skyrim, I think, is boring. There's like one song that I think is interesting,
Ooh.
but I think the music is boring. What else? There's something else. Oh, the voice acting. There's like 3 voice actors in that whole game, and no offense to the voice actors, like no offense, but it's just like
I mean, they're
hearing
given
the
what they're
same
given, so.
voice, and then like the characters all look alike. Like I remember playing it not that long ago to try to re-get into it, and I talked to a guy. I was like, man, you look exactly like the beginning guy. Like, aren't you dead? Like, aren't you the guy who was on the carriage with me that just like died from the dragons and stuff like that at the beginning of the game? But he's like the king of whatever, and he has the same voice. I'm like, I don't know who I'm talking to anymore because everybody looks alike and sound alike. Ugh, yeah, I just could. And the combat, don't get me started on the combat. Like we're talking about combat. Yeah, like if you're not using a bow and arrow, and I think everybody agrees with that. If you're not using a bow and arrow, forget playing that game because you're not gonna. Man, yeah, that's just me. Let me stop talking. Anybody else got anything to say on the game? Because
No, I think we covered it. We all think that it's overrated.
yeah. No offense to the developers. Like I know you put in heart and soul and stuff like that. Don't get offended at
Yeah, I
this.
recognize it's a
But
Marvel. Like I
yeah,
recognize the art that goes into it and the work that goes into
yeah,
it, but it doesn't mean that I want to.
yeah. I just it's not for me, not for me, and I think it's overrated. Like I don't know if it's that flavor Kool Aid that people had that month. That's all it is, you know. Like I just
Oh,
don't
now I
think
want some
it's the
Kool-Aid.
best. Yeah, I know Kool Aid sounds good. Sounds good.
It
Yeah.
does.
All right, Bryant, what do you got to say?
All right, here we go. I'm gonna wind up my fastball here.
All right,
My take is that BioShock Infinite is the best BioShock game.
man. I feel like none of us got hot takes because I agree with that 100% too.
You agree with that too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
like
Bioshock Infinite.
I BioShock Infinite by the community is considered like the worst one. Like
Mm-hmm.
I listened to the Player One podcast, which is a lot of ex EGM guys, and
Mm-hmm.
which was a magazine. I don't know if you remember
I
Electronic Gaming
remember
Monthly,
EGM.
but
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I was a big fan of them, and I was a big fan of that magazine, and the people that were the main writers of it or whatever, they have a podcast called the Player One Podcast, and it's like a meme on the show that whenever anybody brings up BioShock Infinite, like they just take a good 5 minutes and just crap all over it. And I get so annoyed because it's like, guys, like you're not, I don't know if you're just not playing the same game I am, but I go back and I play BioShock, and I remember I think it was 2006 BioShock came out. It was either 2006 or
Mm-hmm.
2007 BioShock came out. And I remember the water looking incredible. Like when you are going down the flooded sectors of Rapture, and like the water comes down and like it like flows down the stairs, and the water gets in your eyes, and the screen does this like weird effect that looks like water got in your eyes, and the voice acting and the setting, like all really cool stuff. But
Yeah.
that combat feels so stiff in 2024. And actually, I didn't think the combat was that great in 2006, 2007, just like how it felt.
Yeah.
And I hated fighting the big daddies because I hated the fact that like you would fight one, and if you die, you get revitalized in the Vita chamber or whatever, and then you go back and you fight it, and it's just like this bullet sponge. And then what will happen sometimes is if you don't kill it quick enough, then it like puts the little sister in the little pod, and then you can't rescue it, and you have to like go back to it, and then it's just it was annoying, and I just didn't like it. And the story was cool in BioShock, and the environment was cool in BioShock. The presentation was cool, but that combat just sunk it. But everything was improved in BioShock Infinite. I would say that it's a matter of personal taste. What setting was better, Rapture or Columbia?
Mm-hmm.
The setting being in the sky or the setting being underwater. I could see both are cool in their own ways. But I just really loved like what they did with how they like intertwine like the like American history with like religion, and how it was like this idyllic world, but then like beneath the cracks you see this like really messed up stuff between like the poor and the rich and races and stuff, and
Yeah.
it got really crazy. And the best part of it though, it was the combat. I loved the combat in that game. The only piece of combat that I thought was kind of mid was there's this boss battle towards the end where you're fighting this ghost, and it's pretty much everybody has the same opinion that that ghost fight is kind of bad because it's just like this bullet sponge that just like moves around a lot, hard to hit, and that's but really like it's a really fun game combat wise. You have like the sky hook stuff like where you're like zipping around and then you jump off and
Yeah.
like
Those
kill
were cool.
enemies, and then like what'd you say?
I said those were cool. The sky hooks and everything. I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
enjoyed
And then
that.
like
Yeah.
you go into, and like there's like that museum you go into that show, if I remember correctly, it's like this like alternate American history where it shows like the battle at Wounded Knee, and how your character, how Booker was like a soldier in it, and like
Yeah.
he's like reliving it, and the stuff with Elizabeth and the bird, and
Mm-hmm.
man, it was really something. And I've gotten through that game. I want to say I've finished it like 3 times, and I've only finished BioShock once. And like I remember when I finished, like I really don't want to play this again. But like right now, I totally would boot up BioShock Infinite and play through it and have a
Yeah.
good time. So that's my gaming hot take number one.
No, I agree 100%. Like I loved BioShock Infinite. I only played it once, but I remember wanting to play it again. Like when the Rapture DLC came out, and I
Mhm.
never got it. I never like I. There's the thing about me. You gotta know that usually 9 times out of 10, I will not buy a DLC. Like
Interesting.
I just don't buy DLC. I never grew up with DLC. I kind of hate DLC. The only type of DLC I ever get usually is like fighting game passes and stuff like that for fighting games because like I want this character and stuff like that. But I'm trying to think like what is the last DLC I got?
Like, would you consider intermission DLC, or would you consider that its own SKU?
Um, it's kind of DLC, but like I didn't get it until
You didn't get it? Oh, okay. Until you get
yeah,
it.
or no, did I get it? No, I did get it. I did get it. Yeah. And it is DLC. So like I guess you could say that's the last DLC I got.
Like Final Fantasy is like a one exception.
Yeah, it is, honestly, because I did get the Final Fantasy 13 2 DLC, which goes against like my thing, but I did get all the DLC for that. What else? Final Fantasy 15 DLC. I didn't get that
Mm.
until I
Okay.
bought it on Xbox, and the Xbox version came with the DLC. So
Like the Royal Edition or
yeah,
whatever.
correct. And yeah, so like I usually don't get DLC. Like it's very rare for me to get DLC. So like I didn't get that. And it's not because again the game is bad. Like I really enjoyed BioShock. Just not a DLC guy. Um, but yeah, like I enjoyed everything about it. Like I liked it. There was the always I remember when the game was coming, how people were thinking like how Columbia is like pre-Rapture and stuff like that. I guess they kind of confirmed it with the DLC that it was. And when you do the Rapture DLC, which I don't remember, I saw some of it on YouTube to kind of understand the story. It seems like it does tie in to what Bioshock and Bioshock 2 would eventually be, which was kind of cool. But yeah, I agree. Like the combat and everything, they just did everything better in Bioshock Infinite. And I think people who hate on it are the same people who like Skyrim. They're the same type of people who like Skyrim. Oh man, yeah, I feel like this.
And do you have an opinion on that?
I've actually never played any of the Bioshock games.
Oh wow.
Try Infinite. It's really good. But maybe
Yeah,
I
maybe
mean,
play
I've
1 and 2
I've
first.
I've got it because I'm on the Epic Store because it was free at one point and it's just there. But I've never played any of them, so
Hmm.
I've got no opinion one way or the other.
Okay.
I have a feeling that if you played Infinite and then you went back to 1, you probably would be a lot less impressed with it because I feel like Infinite added a lot of like quality of life stuff to make it a lot
Yeah.
easier to like come to it new, you know?
That's yep.
Well, I mean, in that take, then I I would say Ocarina of Time 3DS is better than N64.
Oh, it is 100%. It looks
Okay.
better. Looks better in every way,
I
shape, or
mean, it looks
form.
better, yes, but the gameplay is
Hmm.
better just because for one, you
Yep.
can use the freaking C stick to move your camera around. You're not stuck with what you
I don't.
have
I
with
don't
the
think you can do
N64
that with
controller.
Ocarina of Time and on 3DS. I think only Majora's Mask you can.
Uh, thought you could.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you
Is it?
you, you can't. That only Majora's Mask because at the time, remember there was no the Circle Pad Pro at the time, and they never
True.
like patched it or updated it when that came out.
Yeah, because I remember the new 3DS with the little C stick nub came
Mhm.
out the same day as Majora's Mask 3D. So
Mhm.
Ocarina of Time came out before that. So there wouldn't have been a way to move the
Yeah.
camera unless, I
Well,
don't
the
think.
Circle Pad Pro came out later on. I think when Resident Evil Revelations came out.
Yeah, but it wasn't compatible. It wasn't compatible with Ocarina of Time, was it?
No, it wasn't with Ocarina of Time. It was
Okay.
like pretty much with games after that, like Monster Hunter and stuff like that. They
Kid
added.
Icarus Uprising, Resident
Yeah,
Evil,
Kid Icarus
I think used
allowed
it.
it as well. Yeah, for right-handed, or not right-handed. I guess left-handed people, right? Yeah, it would be for left-handers because you would hold the stylus with your left hand instead. Um, yeah,
Oh, here's
but
one.
I
What's better?
agree.
Majora's. Oh,
Mhm.
God, what?
No, I said, but I agree. Ocarina of Time 3DS is better. Like they updated the textures and everything, and that's the preferred version to go back to. Like I would rather play Ocarina of Time 3DS and Ocarina of Time 64. Like
How about Majora's Mask 3DS or 64?
oh, Majora's Mask for sure.
3DS.
There's people like I
3DS.
saw. There's
3DS or 64 though.
oh 3DS. Yeah,
3DS. Okay.
yeah. Like I saw somebody saying that they like Majora's Mask was like nerfed or something like that, and I don't remember any of that. I'm like, I think you people are making up stuff now, you know. like seriously, like you're making stuff up. Like I got that on record. You're making it up. um, I have a hot take that a lot of people
All
won't
right, here we
agree
go.
with. Sonic Adventure 1 is better than Sonic Adventure 2.
Man, these takes are awful because like I'm agreeing with all of them. These are
Oh
all
my
it's supposed to be hot
goodness. We
takes.
all
Like we're
agree,
still
I
supposed to
know.
have some fire. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the mainstream thinks that Sonic Adventure 2 is better. I'm like, no way. Like, yeah, you got Shadow. Like, Shadow's dope. Don't get me wrong with that. Shadow's dope. I love Shadow as a character. I like Sonic Adventure 2, but I just think I love the gameplay style of Sonic Adventure 1. Like I remember when I played Sonic Adventure 2 and I found out that it was just level after level after level. I was actually kind of like saddened by that because I'm like in Sonic Adventure 1, you have like a Mario 64 type like hub world where you go around, you have to find like, different entrances to get to the levels and
Mhm.
stuff like that. But not only that, you have like what was this? I think 5 different stories because you have Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, and Biggs.
E102,
Oh yeah, and you 102,
E102.
so like 6. So yeah, six playable stories, and they were all great, and they were all different from each other. They played differently. Nobody liked Biggs' story because he had to fish for the frog, which it's
Right.
understandable. Like I agree with that. Like that was very annoying. But still, we got to hear a giant purple cat yell "Froggy, Froggy," like nonstop. But like the game was fun and there was replay value in that, right? Because I remember without knowing any guide, you start off with Sonic. You only choose Sonic, so you start playing, and then you unlock Tails, and then Knuckles. And as you meet these characters, you unlock them, and then after that, you're like, wait, I want to see what Tails' story is, and it takes you on a different. Like you're playing the same game, but there's a different view of the story.
Right.
And I want to say at that time for me, that was the first time I experienced something like that, where it's the same game, the same events are happening, but you're looking at different viewpoints. And then of course at the end, all of it comes together, where you finally are unlock like Supersonic and can do all of that stuff. So I really enjoy Sonic Adventure 1, and I think it's better than Sonic Adventure 2.
I just hated the Rogue or Rouge Rogue Knuckles
Yeah.
sections in 2. I thought they were
Really?
awful.
I like
Yeah.
them. Like I mean, we got good music like Aquatic Mine and Pumpkin Hill and all that on Knuckles. Even Rouge has some good music. Uh, uh, I don't think I hated more Tails in Eggman like the
I see. I like those arcade shoot 'em up sections. I thought those were kind of
uh
fun.
I didn't like honestly to be clear. I just wanted to be Sonic and Shadow.
There's
Like,
some hot takes. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Fair
but
enough.
like
That's fair. No, here's the thing. I think we can agree the Sonic and Shadow parts, obviously the star of the
yeah,
show, easily.
and I hated that Shadow had less levels than Sonic.
Mm.
Like if you count the amount of times you can be Shadow versus Sonic, it's I think like Sonic has like 3 more levels than Shadow. And like let's be honest, everybody wanted to be Shadow because they're like, what this black hedgehog? Like he looks dope. He's that anti-Sonic. Like everybody loved Shadow in that game. That's why Shadow got so popular. That's why
Right.
he's being in this movie because everybody loves Shadow.
Voiced by
So,
Keanu Reeves.
yeah, voiced by Keanu Reeves, which I can't wait to hear him play that. I think he's gonna do a good job.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
but yeah, like I I think Sonic Adventure 1 is just better. And I'll
I
die
agree.
on that hill.
Dan, you have a take on that?
I like 2 better
Like 2 better.
Oh,
Oh man, why? Why is
because
that?
again, I like Shadow. Yeah,
I mean, Shadow
fair.
could
that and it's
be.
multiplayer, so it was nice to play with other people with the battles.
That is true.
Battle part.
The battle was fun. I did like that. But Sonic Adventure 1 still better. I'm sorry, fan. I'm muting you for the rest of the podcast. No, just kidding.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
New phone number. Who dis?
Yeah. Oh man. What else do you guys got to say?
Okay. About this or a new take?
New take. Anything.
Okay. My next hot take number 2, Super Mario Sunshine vastly superior to Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
The reason
No.
being the reason being is because Super Mario Sunshine maintains the tradition of the Mario games before it. Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World, Super Mario Land, Land 2, all the rest, where it gives you a game that has a difficulty level to it, where you can die and you can get a game over. Where Super Mario Sunshine, you throw a rock, you hit what are they called? Stars. I can't remember what they're called. They're not all moons or what are they
No,
called?
they're called the Shine Sprites or something like that. Shine.
No, Shine Sprites was Sunshine, I thought.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Odyssey?
Yeah, in
Oh,
Odyssey.
I thought you were talking about Sunshine. Odyssey is yeah, the moons that you get.
The moons, yeah. So like you
Yeah.
throw a rocky to moon and like they just don't feel special and there's no difficulty in that game. Like I remember finishing it and like I don't even think I died like maybe like once or twice and I just didn't feel a sense of accomplishment. Whereas like Sunshine, like that game puts you through its paces. Like you have those stages without the water pack in it. You have a lot of really tricky platforming. You have to really get to know the flood backpack to
Mhm.
like do certain platforming bits. I loved the art style of Sunshine. Like I feel like it's a game that's never been replicated, and I think Odyssey's style is cool too. Like there's a lot of like cool levels and stuff, but it kind of just has this like plastic feel to it. I feel like it just feels kind of like they're all different levels, but they just kind of all feel I don't know, just kind of artificial. Whereas I feel like Sunshine, I just think of that level. I think it's called the Pinta Harbor, I want to say, where you go into the level and like there's a ship being I don't know if it's it's
Yeah, it's
being
being
built. Like
built.
there's like
Yeah,
yeah,
I
there's like
hate
all
that
this like
level.
machinery.
Yeah, I hate
There's
that
like all this
level.
machinery
Yeah,
going like super high, and you have to like use your jetpack to go like way high, and you
yeah,
just like overlook the level, and like all the water just looks so incredible, and like all like the heat waves like mess with
yeah.
like the vision of the level and the colors. And like the only thing in that game that I'll say, because it was rushed, like it's a well known thing that it was a rush job game because they wanted to get a Mario game out in
Yeah.
like the first year or whatever of the GameCube, because it didn't come out of the launch of the GameCube. It came out
Hmm.
summer of 2002, because I think GameCube came out like November of 2001 or October of 2001, and then
Yeah.
Sunshine came out in August or September of 2002. So they wanted to get a Mario game out in their first year. So there are parts of it that are kind of rushed, like the Yoshi stuff is a little rushed.
Hmm.
It feels kind of thrown in, like, oh, let's just put Yoshi in there. He throws up juice or whatever, and it's like, okay, fine. But like, oh, and then also too, a problem I have with the game, and I'll be the first to say it, is there's a lot of emphasis on the blue coins. Like there's only like, I don't know, I know I'm undercutting this, but I'll say like 50 or 60 of the shine sprites or something like that,
Yeah.
and then the rest of the shine sprites you have to get by collecting blue coins hidden throughout the levels, and then you trade them in to get a shine sprite. I hated that. I thought that was really a cheap way to increase the sprite count in the
Yeah.
game. But other than that, I think the music is top notch, the difficulty is great. The aesthetic is, it's like one of my favorite gaming aesthetics, like
Yeah.
probably easily top three. um the challenges are really good. All the rest, I put it above Odyssey because I just feel Odyssey is just kind of like baby's first Mario 3D platformer.
The I'm sorry, Bryant, but you are muted for the rest of the podcast as well. I'll be doing this podcast solo now. No, I think Odyssey was the better one. Like I with my thing with that, like that the harbor level, I hated that. Like it was annoying. Like I was playing that recently. I was like, you know what? Let me boot up Mario Sunshine on in the Super Mario 3D All Star pack thing. And first of all, that 3D All Star thing got me upset because for some reason it got corrupted, and every time I would boot the game, it would just crash. I got
Oh, that's
super like
weird.
frustrated with it, so I had to delete the whole game,
Oh,
pop in
that
the
sucks.
cartridge again, and re download it because it just kept crashing and freezing and all this
Hmm.
weird stuff. But then I finally got it to work and stuff like that. So I was playing that level, and you had to go to get the shine sprite that's all the way at the top. Man, I fell down because the camera, the camera position just sucks controlling in that game. Like it's horrible trying to control the camera in that, and the camera just tilted as I was jumping, and I did not know where I was angled at, and I fell down, and I was right there, like so close. I was like, no. After that, I just shut off Super Mario 3D All Stars, and just who knows where it's at right now because I got upset at the game. Um,
In the words of Elden Ring players, get good, James, get
yeah,
good.
no, it's just bad level design. Not just kidding. But I think the music in Mario Odyssey is better in my opinion. Like I really love the Mario Odyssey music. I really
There's
like
some
the
bangers.
the
There's some
2D
bangers in that.
stuff. Like, well, yeah, like
Mhm.
was it bubbling whatever, like the water level. Love the music in that. Like I've played that multiple times in my videos. Like if anybody here, if you ever watch my videos, you'll hear the music in it because I'll play it, because I love it. It's really relaxing and nice. And there's some other great music like the first
I like
level. Um,
the surfer one. It's like it's the, I forget what the name of the level is, but it's the one that it's like in a forest, I think, and it has like that surfer guitar that
yeah, yep.
that's
That's
the
that's
stuff.
the same one. Yeah, that's in the like first level, isn't it, or second after the
It's like
dinosaur
second, I
area?
think. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that one is also great. Love that track. But I also like the 2D stuff that they threw in it, where you can play like 2D Mario and stuff like that. Like they took a cue from like A Link Between Worlds and allowed you to do that, which I thought was pretty fun. Except that it was 2D platforming, and I thought that was pretty neat. Like it brought something. And honestly, I would like them to just do a full on a Mario Between Worlds or something like that, where you can play like 2D Mario mixed with that, and I get it. That might put it close to Sonic territory, where Sonic has a lot of these. You're playing 3D and it switches to a 2D perspective. But I think that would be pretty cool. Like it's stuff like that. Like I treasured platforming, being able to jump on like Cappy and stuff like that. Like I thought that was also pretty fun because there's a
Yeah,
lot
that's
more
solid.
platforming tricks there. I do get what you're saying at like there is no really game over. You just kind of like lose and then you start over, and it is easier than Sunshine for sure. Like it is easier, but like I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of Sunshine, and I think it's just everything to do with the flood pack. Like it's just annoying, and I get it. It's
I like
there
the flood pack.
to do that. Like I don't like. I even hate it in Smash Bros. Like I was like, get rid of that thing. Like I hate using that. But Sunshine has some good music too. Just what what's it called? Delfino Plaza music.
Mhm.
It's just
Iconic.
so
Yeah.
yeah, it's iconic. Like it plays in my head like randomly throughout the days. Like right now it's in my head. Yeah, you know all that stuff. But yeah, I personally think Odyssey is the better one for sure.
There we go. We disagreed about one.
Yeah. What about you? Have you played
And we
both?
disagreed about 16.
Fan?
I have not played Odyssey,
You gotta play that.
and yeah, I mean, I have it. It's in my bin. No, it's in my drawer of
It's
games.
such a good game just to pick up and
Yeah.
play too. Like it's not really like a time commitment. Just go in and grab a couple moons and get out. Like it's
Yeah,
pretty
I've got
easy
too
just
many
to
other
pick up and
games that
play.
I'm playing right now. Like
Fair
I'm
enough.
not gonna try and add another game to the
Yeah,
list.
you still need to finish Breath of Fire 4. That's
Yeah.
takes priority over everything. I'm actually trying to see if I still have 3D All Stars or did I actually throw it somewhere and not know where it's at. I'm looking through all my Switch games now.
Can't buy it anymore, James.
I know. Look, I got
Why didn't they
cases,
include Galaxy 2, by the
cases
way?
of
That was so
Switch
stupid.
games. I got all of this, and there's some that are not even in a case.
Oh no.
Do I have to? Oh, man. Nope. Super Mario RPG. Nope. Oh man, it's gone. 3D All Stars is MIA. Let me see. Here's my loose games. Oh snap. Oh, here it is. It isn't. It's where my loose games are. See, I threw it somewhere. Like I have all of these that because I don't have a case for it. I have still all of these. Oh snap! They just fell. Yeah, I have all of that, and I have all of these, and then I have all of these. I got too many Switch games. Like honestly, I think the Switch is the console that I bought the most games in my life on. Like honestly, I don't think I've bought as many games because that's not including all the digital copies of games that I have. I mean maybe the Steam Deck is rivaling that, but I blame like Humble Bundle and stuff like that on the Steam Deck because you get good deals. You can get like 50 games for like $10 and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Blame the humble bundle and your lack of discipline. I'm right there with you.
Oh man. On a side note, I just gotta mention this. My wife made an amazing chicken sandwich today, and it tasted so good. Like that's all I'm thinking about too during the podcast. Like, man, that chicken sandwich was chef's kiss. Like,
Are they
amazing.
hotter than our hot takes?
It's hotter than our hot takes. It is amazing. Yeah, amazing. All right, I guess I should go. Right? Oh man.
Yep.
What else do I have that's a hot take? What is a hot take? What is the unfavorable opinion? If you guys think of one before me,
I already have another one.
go ahead. You go then. What I think.
Okay. Final Fantasy 13, way greater, not even a question greater than Final Fantasy 10.
Oh, no. Everybody, Bryant is no longer part of the podcast. I apologize. I am sorry for bringing him on the fire.
I expect this treatment. I expect. I think that Titus is a pretty awful character. I think he's
What?
really annoying. I think he's so annoying.
You don't like the ha
So
ha
annoying.
ha ha?
No, it's the worst. It's the worst. I think I think Yuna and Titus have the same degree of chemistry as like a wet sponge and like a piece of like pavement. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a bad thing. They have no chemistry. The game tries to force this love story on you, and Yuna is like the most boring character. And like I understand she's like going through some like existential stuff, but like they don't have any sexual chemistry. Like flat out, they don't. Like he's about is like. There's nothing, I don't know, there's nothing about him that makes me like, oh yeah, I get why like this works as a couple. Like I just and that's like one of the main things of the story is their love interest and stuff, and I just didn't buy it. Yeah. The story just, I mean, like there's some aspects of the story it's cool, like Sin and like the storing the world and all the stuff that I think some of it gets a little convoluted, but I mean, come on, it's Final Fantasy, it's gonna get convoluted. I think Auron's a cool character in 10. I think the leveling system was really awesome for its time. It looked beautiful in 2001
Yeah,
when
I
it
think it was
came out. I think it
2001.
was 2001.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was just going from Final Fantasy 9 to Final Fantasy 10 was really something. But when you look at 13, what I like about 13 is that Lightning doesn't have a love interest in the entire thing. All she cares about is saving her sister. That's it.
One
She doesn't
second.
have a.
Appreciate it,
Okay.
David. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
What
Just
happened?
wanted.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lightning.
David wrote in Twitch, so I just wanted to answer him real quick.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
Lightning doesn't have a love interest. She just cares about saving her sister. And like that's her focal mission. Like that's it. And like she puts up with the people around her. I think she eventually kind of starts becoming a little less icy as main characters in Final Fantasy games tend to do. But I just like how because like 7 semi love interest like Cloud and Tifa, Aerith's kind of like a love triangle thing going on. 8 definitely love interest with Renoa, and I think that's a great love story. 9 definitely a love interest between Garnet and Zidane.
Mhm.
10 unfortunately Yuna and Titus. 12 I'm not familiar enough with 12. James, can you tell me is there a love interest in 12?
I mean, they kind of like hint at it, but to me, it doesn't make sense because I mean, I guess you could say Vaughn and Pinello, but it's more like a teenage like we grew up together type of like love. Um, but it's not like the others, if I say, because it definitely
Okay.
sideline. Like you kind of see something between like Ash and like in Bathier, but like they have like a 20-year like age gap between each other or something like that. So like that never becomes a thing.
Okay. So then you have 13, which I talked about, and then 15, super lame. You have the crap between Prince Noctis
Luna,
and Luna Freya or whatever,
yeah,
and I think that's so lame. It's just like let's just take her away for the whole game, and we're supposed to care about her. It's like no.
I agree.
And then 16 has arguably my favorite romance of all time, and that's between Clive and Jill.
Yeah.
But going back to 13, though, I love the combat in 13. It's the progenitor of all the Final Fantasy games to come, which I think you probably have a problem with. But I don't. But I
Pretty
think like
much.
13. But at the end of the day, though, 13 walked. So 7 Rebirth and Remake could run. Like it is 7 Rebirth and Remake in a lot of ways. It's just like the first version of that with like the
Yeah.
stagger meter and like
Yeah.
kind of like this automated attacks and classes and stuff like that.
I mean, but to
Um,
be fair, like with 13, especially with the stagger, I still think they do it better than any of the other games. Like I feel like they're less of a sponge in 13, right? But maybe
yeah,
because it's turn based, it doesn't feel that way as much. Um, but like I feel like that there's that because I do enjoy the combat in 13. But yeah, go ahead.
yes. The music is fantastic in 13. I love the music in
It's
13,
all
like
right.
Blinded by Light, the battle
Mhm.
theme. I mean, I could rattle off a few, but I don't know if you know them by name, but they're really
Mhm.
good tracks. But then for criticisms, and I'll be fair about 13, is I think it did get a little too up its own, you know what? The fact that it has to have like a glossary to go into to like read about the Lassie and the
Mhm.
Felsie and like
Yeah.
all this stuff. It gets a little too big for its britches, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Um, I think that might actually be my only criticism of it. The other characters go from being like good to lame. Like I think Hope is kind of lame. Snow's like okay, he's kind of a bro dude. I liked Fang a lot. I think Fang is a cool character. I think Vanille is a nice character too. But Lightning is probably is easily like my top 3, top 5 Final Fantasy protagonists just because she's a badass and she's like this um, military person that doesn't have a love interest and she's just trying to save her sister. And I don't know, I just think there's a lot of really cool stuff about 13 that kind of goes under the radar because it's kind of like the cool thing to hate on 13, and people don't like the fact that it's like one area to another in that first half, but it's like dude, 10's the same way. Like you go one area to the next to the next to the next in 10, it's the same
They
exact
do.
thing
They
and
do.
it didn't get hate. And I like how 13 because sometimes it's like I don't have time to like spend 150 hours
Mhm.
like roaming a landscape. Like I like just going from the next beat to the next beat.
Yeah.
So that's my 13 over
Mhm.
10 take.
Um, yeah, you're fired, Brian. No, I'm kidding. um, no, I disagree 100%. Like, I think what's great about Yuna and
Let me ask you
Titus,
this: do you think
yeah.
13 gets more hate than it deserves? At least.
Mm, yes and no. Some of it deserves. Others, I think it's they're like I know people complain about the stagger meter, but I still think the stagger meter is great. And like I said, I think it did it the best. I think the
You like the
combat's
battle
great.
system,
Yeah, the battle system, like I said, combat is great.
paradigms.
People who hate on auto battle, you shouldn't have used auto battle. Like I never used auto
Right.
battle. I did it, they're like auto battle is there in every game pretty much. Like any turn-based game has like an auto battle system now. Like Dragon Quest has an auto battle system. They've had it for years, and nobody hates on Dragon Quest because they don't use the auto battle system. They go ahead and, you kind of do your thing.
Lunar had it.
Yeah, like it's like all these games have it. You don't have to use it. If you choose to use it, that's your problem, not the developers. But yeah, like I think that's great. The music, yeah, I do agree. Like it's great. I do enjoy the music. My thing is like I think it's Hashimoto who's the composer. He does too much of the samey type music, so some of the songs has like a similar vibe, and some of it does bother me. But like, yeah, Blinding by Light, the boss battle theme is great. There is what is it? I know it plays in a scene between like Hope and Snow that I really like. It's a piano song that I love. And I can't remember the name, man. I have it on my Apple Music playlist for like
Okay.
video game music because I really love that song. There's some really great music in the game. I will say that. What's the song? Shoot, the one that has vocals. It's basically the main theme in the tree area. Oh, why can't I think of the name of it?
The tree area, like the like futuristic looking tree area where it's like nighttime. Is that the one you're thinking of?
No.
Okay.
It's oh man, why can't I think of the name? Sunlift Waterscape. There we go.
Oh, okay.
In
Yeah,
that
that's
area.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah, for sure.
Love that track and stuff like that. I just don't like Lightning though. I didn't like that.
Really?
Yeah, she remind me of a worse version of Cloud, and I'm one of
Well,
those
she
guys that I'm
was.
like, yeah, it's just I wasn't like I'm not even the biggest fan of Cloud either. Like people like Cloud, I'm not the biggest fan of Cloud. Um, I don't know. I don't
He's
like I
mopey.
yeah like I don't mind a serious aspect to it.
She's not mopey though.
She's a lot more. She's just like, I hate you, Snow, because you killed my sister. Like that's literally like her whole thing. Like she hates Snow because of
That's
that.
anger. That's not mopey.
Yeah, that's mopey because she doesn't even know the whole story. And like I'm like, dude, like she's just being she's as bad as Hope in a different way. Like Hope is also, I hate you, Snow. You killed my mother. Like they're literally the same people.
He's like a
Just
whiny kid.
yeah, it's like, oh man, it's just stupid stuff. Like I don't like that. Like I liked Snow. Um, like
Troy
he
Baker
had
did
to
a
be
good
the
job of it.
positive. Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. And don't get me started because Troy Baker, to me, he's falling for grace because he won't do these roles
Ooh.
again. Like he only does like higher job roles and like I don't know.
He's too mainstream now, huh?
Yeah, it's more like he won't do like he didn't come back to do Yuri. Well, I think they said that it was like Yuri from Tales of Vesperia, but I think they did say
Mm.
they didn't ask him to come back and voice the other lines.
Mhm.
I believe Matt Mercer came in and filled in that role.
I'm sure he did a good job.
You can tell the difference in voice like there,
Mm.
because he was amazing as Yuri. Like I loved him as Yuri. A lot of people kind of knew him from Yuri and Snow, but it's like after Snow is when he blew up because he did Joel and Booker and like all these other
Mm.
guys, and that's when he started blowing up. But anyways, yeah, I just wasn't a fan of Lightning. Like I did not like Lightning whatsoever. Like I like Titus as a character because he's like just this guy who's in a vast new world not understanding. He's like, all right, let me act dumb and play along because I have no clue what is going on here. And it's kind of like, honestly, I would probably be the same way because I would be. These people are calling me, the minute I say, yeah, I fell into sin, they're like, like, what did you do? And I was like, all right, let's not cause any attention. Let me just act stupid. Like, oh, yeah, I fell into sin. Sin's toxin. Like, oh, ho, 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 like Waka and stuff. Like, I love the cast. Like, Waka is,
Frickin' Waka.
amazing. Like, I like that. Like, I just like the whole cast. Like, Orin is cool.
Warren is
Kimari.
cool.
Kimari doesn't say much, but his, like, storyline of, like, he was outcasted, 'cause he was too weak and stuff like that. Like, it's the last of Sakaguchi's like cast of unlikable or I guess unworthy heroes for lack of better words. They come in because like Yuna has a bunch of guardians and everybody's making fun of her because like, oh, I only have one guardian, or even your dad only had two guardians and stuff like that. Like people were always mocking her, and I think it's all that stuff coming together as a whole that for me it makes me like it even more. Blitzball, I actually really loved Blitzball. Man, you don't like Blitzball? Oh man, Blitzball was amazing.
I want to play video games, not do algebra problems.
Dude, I love Blitzball. Like that's one thing. Like Final Fantasy 14 were to bring back Blitzball as like a mini game in there, I would probably resubscribe just to play Blitzball. Like honestly, no lie, I would just play Blitzball nonstop. But I really enjoyed that. Like after I beat the game, I played Blitzball for like many hours after.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
the only thing I would say is like Seymour as a villain, I definitely don't think he's like in my top. Um,
Mm.
he's
It
kind
talks like
of
this.
yeah, his thing. And he was just like a freak. He just wanted to marry Yuna to get fame and stuff like that. And I think that's one of the best scenes.
Seymour is an awful name, by the way, for a villain. Seymour. I just think of
Yeah.
like Principal Skinner,
uh,
steamed hams and everything.
but he like the scene where you're rescuing Yuna is like one of my favorite like scenes where you're on the ship, the airship, and then you're sliding off the like they shoot like little like grapple lines and you're sliding down there and like I love that scene. The music in 10 is also great. Um, like there's a
It's got
lot of
some
great
good
music in
tracks.
10. Like Besaid Island,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
can chill to that like all
Do
day. Yeah.
do.
Yep. What else? I mean, I just like a lot of it. Like 10 to me, 10 is my favorite Final Fantasy. I think I've said that plenty of times on this podcast. It's my favorite.
Oh, it is. 10's your favorite?
Yeah, 10 is my favorite. I
Oh,
love
then I
10.
really brought a
Yeah.
hot take to this podcast. Then,
Yep.
dang.
Just
Okay.
everything about it. Like the love story to me, I thought was perfect. Because like throughout the story, throughout the thing, like Yuna is like, she's not trying to feel like affection because she's like, she knows in the beginning she has to die. But Titus is just like, he doesn't know the whole story of what's going on. And when he finds out, he's like, you can't let her just throw her life away. But everybody's like, well, that's life. That's the life that we know it. Um, and it's kind of sad to see like the ending spoilers if nobody's being 10. Have you played 10, fan?
Not all the way through.
Okay, so I'm just probably like throwing spoilers at you like all the way.
I
So
don't care.
maybe not.
If
You
I
don't
haven't, if
care?
I haven't beat the game by now, I don't care about spoilers.
Okay. So like the
Yeah.
ending just like it's just kind of like sad where like Titus is like he knows like when you find out that Titus is just a dream. And to me like I was like man like it's kind of messed up. Like you don't even exist. You're not even real. But you kind of see that like it's like sucks cuz he knows that once Sin dies, Titus also dies. And it's like they can't exist because they were just a dream because then the what are they called? I forgot what the people are called. The dreamer people. They dreamt them up.
Xanarkin people?
No, they have a different name. They're basically the summons because they're the ones that are dreaming.
Are they Idons?
Well, that's
No.
the name of the summons, but they have a specific name to them. I don't remember what they're called. But like they wake up and like the little boy being Bahamut the whole time, like stuff like that. Like to me was just like mind blowing, and I really liked it because it was a lot of mystery to this world. And Titus, you really feel like Titus because you don't know nothing about this world. And I like when games do that. Like they make you truly feel like this character versus games that make the character knows everything, but you're still like as you go, you kind of progress. Instead, this character really is you because you don't know anything about this world. You're learning as you go through. So I like that. 13 just to me it was just lightning. I did not like lightning. But then at the same time, like I said, I'm not the biggest Cloud fan. Like Cloud is cool and all, but like he's
The
annoying.
one I seen I did like in 10 for their romance was I like that scene where they're like in that like
Water.
water and like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really nice scene and
Mhm.
it's very emotional and
Yeah.
stuff. But like other than that, like I'm a little half and half on if they earned that scene or not. But anyway,
Yeah. Um.
got a new hot take, James? 'Cause I got
Um.
another one. I got two left.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say Final Fantasy 12, but like, I don't know what is there to say. Like Final Fantasy 12 has kind of like the same issue like that 13 has, where they say the battle system sucks because of the Gambit system, which I think the Gambit system is great. But it's the same thing. Like if you program your characters using the Gambit system to just automatically attack, well, guess what? It's gonna suck because you did it to yourself. Like any character that I control, I never use the Gambit system, and I think 12 is a great game. Like I love Evilus, but I'm that type of person that I also like political wars in games. Hence, like Final Fantasy.
What's your
Tactics.
take? Is
On
your
12?
take here that 12 is really great? Is that what
Yeah,
the take is? That
I think
12
12
is
is
okay.
really
Got
good.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like to me, you cannot tell me you like Final Fantasy Tactics Or let me rephrase it. You can't tell me you like Final Fantasy Tactics story, but hate Final Fantasy 12 story, where they're both political wars. Like that's literally the world of Evilus is just political wars, nonstop. Vagrant story, political war. Like everything is a political war in the world of Evilus. So it's like you can't tell me that. And I get it. Like Final Fantasy 12 is literally a Star Wars clone. Like it the whole beginning of the game is Star Wars: A New Hope. You're going in, you're saving the captured princess. Your character is Luke Skywalker. You have Han Solo and Chewbacca, who's Balthier and Fran. They're literally come riding in like on a speeder. Like you're there. Bosch is like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Han Solo.
Like
Wow.
like
Sounds like Final
Balthier is Han
Fantasy
Solo.
just steal stories from other media.
Yeah, pretty
Like
much.
Who's Han Solo?
16
Balthier.
being Game of
He's
Thrones.
the one with
Balthier. Okay, I
12
mixed
being
it up.
Star Wars.
Yeah, that's Final Fantasy in a nutshell. But yeah, it's like it's still a great game. Like 12 is good, and people tend to hate on 12, and I think they're crazy. They must not like video games.
I thought it's well regarded. I thought 12 was well regarded.
It was when it first came out, and I feel like people's opinion have changed. I feel like it, yeah, but that's
It's a bummer that they never released the 60 frames per second patch on PlayStation. That really is annoying because you can only play at 60 frames on Xbox and PC.
No?
Just
No?
Xbox and
Okay.
PC.
Yeah, and Xbox, but I think in PlayStation you could play at 4K though. Where you
That I
can on
don't know.
Xbox. Yeah, I believe PlayStation can play at a higher resolution where Xbox
Resolution.
you can't. Yeah.
Okay.
Where in PC you can do it all. Like
Right.
have everything. But yeah, there's that. Let's do one more hot take and then let's do fans guessing game and we'll close out the podcast there. So
Okay.
go ahead.
All right. So I do have two left. One of them I feel like is like medium spicy. The other one's way spicy. So I'm gonna go with the way spicy one.
Mm-hmm.
I think Batman Arkham Knight is the best Arkham game.
I disagree.
Yeah, that's the hot take because everybody hates on the tank stuff. I love the tank stuff. I think the tank stuff is really fun and a really nice like break up in the gameplay and the arcade. It's like very arcadey. I like how there's multiple villains. You go throughout Gotham City. I like driving in the Batmobile. There's just a lot of stuff there. I do appreciate the fact that Asylum is very focused and it's like in a very limited place, and Arkham City to a lesser extent because it's like the city, but it's a lot smaller than what Gotham City is.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Arkham Knight was just kind of like the culmination of everything they'd learned in the first two games, and I don't know. I really liked that one a lot. I liked how it was all like, I mean, all of them take place at night, but like it was like there's raining and it looked amazing when it came out too. Like technically, like I remember I was in Chicago watching it. Remember like when Sony used to do a thing where like they used to have E3 like on theaters. Like you go to the theater and you could watch the E3 press conference. I went to Chicago to see Sony's in 20, maybe it was 14, maybe or something like that. And that was like right before Arkham. That's like right when Arkham got announced or something. And I want to say Arkham was like the trailer, and I remember seeing like on the big screen, it like blew my mind or whatever. But yeah, I definitely think if I had to rank them, like I'd probably say Night, Asylum, City, but I know that that's not the conventional wisdom. I think everybody says I think the conventional wisdom is they get worse as they go on, but I disagree.
No, I think everybody praises City as the best.
I thought everybody liked Asylum the best.
No, I'm pretty sure the majority like City. Everybody that I've talked to always like City. But I like Asylum the best because it's what I would envision a real 3D Metroid game would be outside of Prime. Because it's a Metroidvania, and that's why I like it. Because I love Metroidvanias.
Fair.
It to me it just felt like playing Super Metroid. Like as I played, I was like, yeah, this is, Super Metroid in 3D. Like I'll take it. Very very cool stuff. There. Fan, do you have any hot takes? Any other ones? No. All right. Then I guess I'll close up the last one real quick.
Okay.
And this is the ending. Are you ready for this one? This will end it all. And this will probably get me canceled.
Spicy.
Yeah, this is going to get me canceled.
Spicy.
Are you guys ready? Here we go.
Yep.
Every modern game sucks and is trash. There we go. Let's move on.
You said every modern game?
Yes, sucks and is
Got it,
trash.
okay.
There we go. That's my hot take. Doesn't matter what game it is, including Elden Ring. No, I'm just kidding. Like I like Elden Ring. Now I won't say every modern game, but I feel like a lot of modern game doesn't live up to like games that came before. Like I'm playing Mother 3. If you haven't played Mother 3, you are missing out. That game is amazing. Like I'm playing the music, like they did some wizardry to get that music banging on a GBA cartridge because that music is amazing. Gameplay, I'm really liking it, and it's just like man, like RPGs used to be really really good. Like they don't have to be like turn based, but it's like man, it's just so many good games. You know, it might be because I'm old and I'm an old man, but like
We're all old.
I just think these games are great. You know, that's just my take. So yeah, let's move along. Let's go ahead. Right now, we're gonna switch it up to a little guessing game that Fan has prepared for us, and we basically gotta guess a game based off the image. Am I right? Is that right, Fan? Or am I making up
Yeah.
stuff? Okay.
Are we just gonna like say it out loud, whoever gets it first or something? Or
No, it can be a team thing because I have to type it
Oh.
in. That's the thing.
okay.
Oh well, we can see it. We can see what
Yeah.
you're typing in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Not like a
Well,
if you type it in, and we can see it though.
I know.
So
The
I don't
whole
get
point
it.
is it's
Oh, you have to type in the name of the game.
you have to
Oh, I get
type
what
in the
you're saying.
name of the game.
Oh, I thought you said you had to type in the game you're searching. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
it's like Wordle, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Except it shows you a picture, like a screenshot of something related to the game,
Okay.
and each screenshot gets clearer and clearer, as in like more details, more information. The first one's always the most obscure,
Okay.
and then we just have
Looks
to.
like Assassin's Creed or something.
Yeah, I was thinking Assassin's Creed too.
Okay, so I can type in.
Oh, but you have to be specific on the game. We
Yeah,
have here
correct.
Assassin's Creed game. Let's.
So if I type in Assassin's Creed, let's just say it's the second one, right? Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
2,
that's what I would guess. Yeah.
right. I can hit submit. Wrong.
Nope.
So
Okay.
now it changes the image and it says Metacritic score 86%. So it gives you more information.
Yeah, I don't even know what the heck that is.
Yeah, that second picture.
Can you
is
zoom
harder to
in?
me.
Can you zoom in on the page a little bit?
Yeah, there we go.
That's better.
I feel like in Blade Runner, like enhanced 20%.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Enhanced.
No idea. Yeah, enhance. Yeah.
I would say skip and go to the next one.
I'm gonna guess.
Last
It does
of
look
Us?
kind of a Last of Us. It does, but I don't think it's Last of Us because Last of Us is higher Metacritic than 86.
No.
So
That looks
original
kind of
platform, PC, PS4, Xbox One.
What is that thing in the
just-
bottom right? What does that say
This?
there? Yeah. It's like Fallout maybe or something. I don't know if Fallout had
I don't
anything like
know.
that.
Dishonored.
Yeah, I don't even know what the heck those things are. I would say skip, go to the next one.
Try typing in Dishonored.
So it has
Oh,
here,
it
which
is
means it's part
Dishonored.
of the Dishonored
So it's probably
franchise.
Dishonored 2 then.
Yeah, because I think Dishonored 1 came out on PS3 and Xbox 360.
Oh, you are right. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Look at
man.
that.
Look at that. Look at that. We got our right here, our regional Western RPG expert here.
Mm-hmm. Obviously.
Here's this one.
I don't know. These are all Western games. I'm not gonna know any of these.
It's literally
Ah.
like it's a wide range. It goes PC, console, even mobile games. So
Oh,
there's
man.
Grow Up.
Is that a game? Grow up?
Yeah, I think it's called Grow Up. Yeah. Okay.
Metacritic score is 74%.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
what
I
type
have
of game
no
that
I honestly
idea.
don't know what this game is.
Oh, goodness.
What the heck is this?
Yeah, I have no clue what that game is.
Is this like
It's
what's
a building
the?
game.
I know it almost kind of looks.
Factorial? No.
Steam World.
No. You think SteamWorld Dig? I don't think
Not
that.
dig, but like heist or something. I don't know. Build. I don't know.
No, because it would have been. It has RB, and I think SteamWorld. I mean, you could try that. Like, it's better than nothing. Oh, you got it right. SteamWorld Build. There you go.
Look at that. I'm good at this game.
Yeah. Oh no,
I've
what
already done
happened?
that, so let's go back.
Ooh, that's ominous.
Control. I don't know.
It does look a little control-y.
Yeah, because it
That's a
has.
good guess.
No.
That's the colors.
Nope.
There's like this weird little thing
Yeah, I
here.
don't know what the heck that is. 75%. PC, PS,
This looks
and
like
60.
PC, PlayStation,
It has
N64.
Doom
Shield.
64.
It's got
Doom
Shield
64.
and- It could be Doom.
64 specifically. Oh no, it's on PlayStation as well.
Oh yeah.
Could just be Doom.
Yeah, I don't think Doom came out on N64. Shield and
Yeah.
what does that say? Shield and what?
It's
Null.
the Shield and
Null.
Soul, maybe.
PC, PlayStation, and 64. What
Well,
is
it's not part
that?
of the Doom series.
Forsaken.
FPS and post-apocalyptic.
Armorines.
What is it?
Armorines. ARMORINS. O. After the M, put an O. OR. INES. I think. Yeah. Nope.
1998.
What does it say at the top?
It just says
Press
something.
what?
Press F6 to activate rear view.
Forsaken.
Was that a N64 game?
Yeah, it was on 64.
Was that also on PlayStation? You know.
It was. There you go.
Got it. Look at that. You've gotten all of them. I've gotten like none. I don't know any of these games. Again, they're all Western games. I think this thing is rigged.
Hey man, it doesn't give me to pick. You know, they're just random.
Go to the top right. What is that?
Red Dead.
That's Red Dead.
It's like
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption.
I've never played Red Dead. Nope.
The last. No.
Yes,
Last of Us.
Metacritic
Oh,
score
it's not
76.
76. Yeah, that's not
76.
Last of Us.
It looks like the graphics looks fairly good. So PS3 or newer era.
Yeah.
PS3, PS4.
Let's say go to the next
Mm.
image.
Yeah, next image.
Inventory.
What the heck is
Oh,
that?
that looks very familiar.
I know. PS5, original platform, PS5.
PS5.
Oh, it's PS5.
Okay. Jeez.
That's not Ghost of Tsushima, is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't remember towns or anything like that. What's that on the floor there?
Can't tell.
It's a person. Is it
Body-
Sekiro?
Yeah, that's a
No.
samurai. It might be Sekiro. Yeah, because isn't that the...
SEK. Nope.
It's definitely a samurai game. Yeah, that's not Ghost of Tsushima, though.
No.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Dynasty
Oh,
Warriors.
is it near? Is it
No, I think isn't
It's
this
not near.
action RPG? But isn't it Like a Dragon? No.
No.
Or are you thinking Neo? That's what you're thinking.
yeah? I was thinking.
Yeah, it could be
No,
Neo, maybe
PS5.
Neo.
This
I
is
could-
probably that Ronin game, Rise of Ronin.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe it is Rise of Ronin. Try that. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, I got one. Yes, I got one. Oh yeah, David said yeah. He said the last Ronin, Rise of Ronin. Yep. Oh, what the heck is
This
this?
is an NES game probably. But that picture does nothing for me. I don't know.
I know. Yeah.
Like soccer.
You say WarioWare?
Yeah, maybe.
Which one though?
Like the first one, WarioWare Inc. Micro.
yeah,
that
Mega
one.
Micro Games.
Top one.
Yeah.
That one, I think. Yeah. Yep. There you go. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. Fan got that in his first try.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. Last Ronin, Rise of Ronin, I do get mixed up too.
This looks
Yeah.
like pools.
I figured this could be the last one before we end the stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pools. Try that first.
What is
If it's
pools?
even an option. No, it's not. Okay, never mind.
Or it could be all the way at the bottom.
Same thing.
It's too indie. Pools is too indie for this thing.
Okay, go to the next one.
PT? Is
You think
PT on
Silent
here?
Hill?
I was thinking Silent Hill.
Maybe.
I mean, I feel like there's not enough.
That looks like Resident Evil.
Yeah. What does that thing say at the top left?
I can't read it.
It's too
No.
blurry. It wouldn't be the
Like 2
original Resident
maybe?
Evil.
No, it'd be like 2 probably.
Yeah, it would have to be like.
I don't know if that's the PS1 version or like the remake.
Oh, that's definitely not Resident Evil. What is
Well, it's
that?
not Resident
Okay.
Evil.
What is that?
360
Xbox 360 and
PC.
So, it's
PC.
an so
Like Gears of War,
Microsoft
maybe?
exclusive.
No, it's too clean for Gears of War, I think. What
What
does
is
that
that?
sign say?
Yeah.
Upside
Better.
down.
Memorial Bridge. The
Veteran Memorial Bridge.
something
yeah.
memorial. Something Memorial Bridge.
Yeah,
That's
it's
360
Veterans
and
Memorial
PC.
Bridge.
Veteran Memorial Bridge. Okay.
Where's that at?
Like a Call of Duty or something. Like
Well,
the
no,
textures look smooth enough
It
to be
says
Call of Duty.
360
Yeah.
and PC only.
Oh,
Yeah.
so yeah, it'd be on
It's-
PS3.
So it's exclusive to that.
I don't think it's Gears of War.
That's the only thing I can think of, like Gears of War.
I can type it in.
But yeah, I've never. Like, I mean, how many? There's Gears of War 1, 2, and 3 are 360, and I think Judgment as well. So
Correct.
would have to
yeah.
guess all of them. Oh,
Okay, that's
not the Gears of War
Left
franchise.
4 Dead, isn't it?
you're too close
First
to your
person.
grenade launcher. Yeah, first person
Oh, isn't it
survival.
Left
Yeah,
4
Left
Dead?
4 Dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead
I
2.
bet it's Left 4 Dead 2. There you go.
Yeah,
Awesome.
there you go. Let's do another one. We got time.
Yeah, I'm good.
Freaking cockroach with the hat.
Fallout.
Fallout 4.
Like,
Fallout 4?
You're 3. Do 3.
3? Okay.
say New
Yeah.
Vegas.
Oh, there we go.
It is Fallout.
So it is
4.
a Fallout game.
Oh, 52%. Fallout 4 has, I think, or it could be
I bet it's
76.
4. Oh, wow. Okay.
It's got to be 76.
76.
Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Yeah, it's 76.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Because of that Metacritic score. That's the only reason. Because I think all the other Fallout games had higher. Let's do another one. We'll go to 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Let's
Man's
Fly.
Sky.
Looks like a space. Looks like space.
Yeah. I mean, it could be
Yeah,
space.
try No
Looks like
Man's Sky.
Looks like
I'm
a
thinking
ship.
No Man's
and
Sky,
then that's
yeah.
the sun like hitting off of a planet.
Yeah, I say No Man's Sky. I don't know what RGX stands for, but definitely no
Alan Wake?
space.
So it's only
Original platform,
PC.
PC only.
PC
Oh
only.
man.
And it's got these little markers right here.
Isn't that
Wasteland?
No, I feel like it's a.
What was
it
that
could be
survival
Wasteland.
game that was only on PC?
Yeah, there was one that was recent. Like recent being like a year ago or so. It was popular. I completely forgot. Oh man. I know Raging Kodiak streamed it. Dang. I can't think of the name.
Yeah, I don't know.
I had it installed on my computer because didn't we play like a survival like zombie game on PC? And it was PC only.
No, it was available on Xbox as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, that was available on Xbox as well. I don't know. I would say skip it because we're not. I don't think we're gonna get it.
This doesn't do any better.
No.
Nope.
This action puzzle shooter.
Yeah. No, especially having puzzle shooter. The Temple.
Dude,
Yeah,
I have
no
no
clue
idea
that
what this is.
Yeah.
2024.
So it came out last year.
Remember what James said about modern games? He ain't gonna know this.
Yeah, I definitely want to know this. What is this gameplay? What is happening?
Renee
I have
Ruther,
no
developer.
idea.
What?
What is this?
This is really random.
Children of the Sun.
Sun.
I would
Never
not.
heard of it.
Yeah.
Do another one. Do another one.
Never heard of that
Can't.
game.
We have to end on a good note. Okay.
Yeah.
No. I don't know.
Yeah. Not enough like details.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking Call of Duty too, but I don't think it's Call of Duty.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I was thinking Assassin's Creed Mirage.
I was gonna say Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
I feel like Black Flag has a higher score,
That's true.
and it definitely
I
looks
don't
more
think
Middle Eastern.
I don't think Black Flag would have that
Yeah, this
architecture.
looks more Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
If it's not Mirage, it could be
It could be the
Origins.
first one. Origin, yeah.
I don't think
Or
there's
it could
palm
be the
trees in
first
the first one.
Yeah, it could be
It could
first
be
one,
the
but I
first
feel
Palm
like
trees in the first one.
But I don't think it looks that good. The first one, I
Maybe?
don't think that looks that good.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, it doesn't look that good.
Like, it
It's
doesn't
got to be
look that good.
Mirage. I mean, I don't know. Like, first one took place in was it Jerusalem? I think. I don't know if there's palm trees there. But again, graphics wise, I don't think it would be that good. Yeah,
Oh, there
Mirage.
you go, Mirage.
Look at
You
that.
got one,
see?
James.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
knew
another
it.
one. All right.
And on the high note.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
That's it.
That is it. Oh man. Well, hopefully you've all enjoyed our hot takes today. Once again,
I sure did.
Don't if you're watching this and you feel like you're gonna get offended, don't get offended. Like, we all got different opinions, and it's fine. You like what you like, we like what we like. Easy as that. Enough games to go around for everyone. But I do appreciate you guys joining us today for the stream, and this was a fun little mini game. We do have a rating the best consoles, or rating all the consoles rather.
Tiers.
Tier list. There we go. We do have that in the card, so we'll see. If there's nothing like any good news at all this coming week, we'll probably do that for the following week. And then we do have a special for episode 100, because we are closing in on episode 100. Very, very close to that episode. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that. As always, I appreciate everybody who subscribed. We are at 1,031 subscribers right now, so thank you so much for supporting the channel. Does mean a lot. Very excited to be at 1,000. Hopefully, better things to come. I hope to, over time, invest more into what I have. Better GPU, so we can kind of do the live streaming a little bit better, so it can kind of show off things more. I do want to get like a better overlay for the podcast, because right now I'm just basically what you're seeing is the Discord screen, but hopefully I can get a better overlay, better like backgrounds and stuff like that, so we can have a little bit more presentable podcast and so forth. It'll be a lot easier now, because now we get paid off the ads. So if you have ads on YouTube, that's supporting the channel and allows me to invest more into the channel and make things a lot better overall. So yeah.
And if you got Amazon
We all
Prime,
know-
follow on Twitch and do that free Prime sub.
Yes, because
That also helps too.
Yes.
We all know that all that money is going into James' coffers to buy more copies of Breath of Fire 3.
Yeah, right. Four.
Or 4. Sorry, 4. Yeah.
Yeah. No, all that money's gonna go on my next handheld.
Yeah,
gotta get
exactly. He's
that.
buying all the handhelds. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, one day I would love to review every single handheld that's out there. Like, I would really like to review the ROG Ally X. Hey, Asus. I'm at 1,000 now. Just send it over my way. You can do this stuff. So, and eventually, hopefully, get like review copies of stuff and things like that, so you can hear us talk about games, because, yeah, games cost money, and yeah, everything that I do, I invest a lot into it. So, all that bit helps out. Prime, free Prime subs, watching my videos and all that stuff. Being on the podcast, watching our stuff, all that stuff helps out a lot. And I hope to bring more content in the future, more random encounters, more different guests on the podcast, more hot takes on the podcast, and so forth.
Always.
All that good stuff. So as always, thank you for watching. Appreciate everything. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to share the channel, because sharing the channel helps out a lot. It's what got us there at 1,000. And we will be back on Thursday, of course, with the group stream. We didn't do a group stream last time because it was 4th of July. Everybody was with family and stuff like that, which in my head I didn't think about it. But yeah, there was that. And then Friday I was back with some Dragon Quest, even though I ended the stream early because I was like super tired. Like there's one point, and you can see it on stream, that I closed my eyes.
Looks like you're gonna pass out.
Yeah, I was so tired yesterday. So yeah, there's a lot of that. But finish Dragon Quest, and then who knows what I'm gonna move on. My Kingdom Hearts 3 more than likely is gonna be my next game, if nothing else. We'll see. But Fan, where can I catch you at?
Well, you guys can catch me here on Twitch at Phaneckswhy, also on the Random Encounter, but also on Twitch and YouTube and Twitter.
What about you, Bryant?
I'm at red_so_deep on Twitter. Check out James his video on the Aberneck cube. It was very good video.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Hopefully the audio levels were good, because I know everybody complained about my voice being too low.
No, I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was on my previous video, and I don't know, because so when I edit my videos, I'm using one or two headphones. I'm either using my IEMs, which I stopped using these because these are too, how can I put it? They're too fine-tuned, and everybody's not gonna have headphones like this. So instead, I started using my where are they? My Beats Fit Pro. So I have my Beats Fit Pros, and I started using those instead. And I don't know, I just feel like maybe I need to buy like the cheapest pair of headphones. No offense, but I need to buy the cheapest pair of headphones and use those to edit my video so that it sounds good across those. Like I don't know what to do. I am not a sound engineer whatsoever. I'm playing by ear. Like I used to do audio stuff for my church a long time ago, and I kind of learned like the gist of that stuff, like how to your voices should be versus like instruments and things like that. But it's like no matter what I do, I always had somebody complaining about my voice levels to the music. I'm like, I don't get it. Like I don't get what I'm doing wrong. So hopefully that video sounded better. I try to make it more fancy in terms of like how to present and things like that, and I'm trying to get better at that stuff as well. I'm learning like new techniques the more I do videos. I'm trying to get my
practice.
My video shots and stuff like that better.
Transitions and whatnot.
Yeah. Fun fact: in the beginning of the video, if you look at it, now everybody's gonna spot it because I'm mentioning it. If you look at my amiibos, you'll notice they're crooked. And then
how dare you?
And then 3 shots, like I transitioned from showing me to showing the scene, showing me to showing the scene. I believe on the 3rd or 4th time you see me again, I fixed the camera, so now everything is leveled. And I was like, how do I hide that? Because if I would have done a cut to a cut, you would have noticed the difference of the camera moving. So I hit it that way. And then after rewatching, it's like, yeah, you can't really see it. So most people probably won't notice that. But just looking at my amiibos, is a little thing that it's crooked on one angle, and then I noticed that. I said, wait a minute, the camera's not straight, and I had to refix that. So
it's one of those fun random encounter Easter eggs. That's all.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But yeah, I appreciate that video, or you liking that video, and hopefully everybody else likes the video. Well, here's to more videos in the future. Yeah. And as always, you can catch me here at the Random Encounter. Check out my RGQ video. Really nice handheld. Really enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoy it. Like I've been playing Mother 3 on it. Love it. Some iffiness about it, which I mentioned in my video, so definitely do a deeper dive, and I probably will have an update video later on. The more I play,
you can replace your sticks with Joy-Con sticks.
I heard that, but the sticks there, the issue is software based. And
who is it? There was 2 videos I watched where they actually like replaced them with the Hall Effect joystick sticks or Joy-Con sticks from Golikit, and it doesn't do the whole snapping thing anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the people at Garlic OS said that it's a software thing, because they're on their OS, they have a version of it working, and they said that it doesn't do that effect either. So that's weird. It's a weird issue, and you can see that if you watch the video. Just look at the Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. You see as I'm spinning it in circles, my character is literally snapping from place to place to place to place. It's just going right in circle all around. So some weird stuff happening there. Ash just coming in as we're about to end the podcast. um, but yeah, like watch the video. Very interesting, and like I said, I'll probably have a one month, if not more, update on the RG Cube, and then hopefully in the future get something else, and we'll see what will be my true Steam Deck companion. So, but yeah, thanks for watching. Name's James. Thank you, Fan. Thank you, Bryant. Thank you, Ash, for joining in. We'll see you guys next time.
At the last freaking minute, I swear.